All right, guys, gals, non-binary pals, welcome back to Black Girl Wrestling. Today, we're joined by RJ City. RJ, hey.
I don't do that anymore.
Well, okay. What do you...
That's a little insulting, don't you think?
Well, I was going to bring up your unemployment later, but we can...
Yeah, I mean, can I hand you my resume? Can I be a black girl?
You know what? Yeah, let's start with an interview for that. Okay, so first off, we'll start off with like an ally quiz, right?
Yeah.
If I killed somebody, and you had to describe me to the police.
Yes.
Where would you start?
I would say that you blend in because you're wearing a green sweatshirt on a green background.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I would say conspicuous.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. So there would.
I would say, do I do codes? If it's a white police officer, I would go, she has a healthy glow.
You know what? Or you could, we will take that. We could also take a lot of times they describe like shades for black women as like cappuccino caramel.
Yes.
That is an acceptable answer. Let's see. What else?
I had a stand-up bit years ago that never made it, and I feel like this is a good place to share it. About whatever. Tell me if I'm wrong about the shades of the Cosby children on the Cosby Show.
Yeah. Let's elaborate.
Well, it seemed to be they ran to the spectrum. It felt like.
They do. I will say, like, my own family also runs that spectrum.
Right.
And if I didn't know that my mom was my biological mother,
people
would ask questions.
Right. So I feel like I could say, to the officer, I could say like, "Oh, Elisa Bonet type," and he'd be like, he'd know who I was talking about. You know what I mean?
Do you have any more up-to-date references?
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What is Gen Z, RJ?
What? I don't know what shows I'm getting through. Let me tell you what I'm watching. How old are you, by the way?
I'm 23.
Jesus. I'm currently watching Strangers with Candy, which was a show on Comedy Central that I was too young for. I was maybe 12 when it came out. And I went, I think I missed this and I need to go back. Those are the kind of things. My demo is dead.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do. I have a question about that too, but we're not done with the ally quiz because you're not.
Okay. Please.
It has to be. We have to vet. Given the current circumstances.
Yeah.
I can't hand these out too easily.
Yeah, of course.
Right. So okay. So first of all, do you know what a beauty supply is? Like, do you know what that is?
A beauty supply?
Yeah.
Is it something I'm supposed to rub on myself?
I hope not.
Okay. You mean is it an establishment?
Yeah. So
like
beauty supply is the store that you go to get all of the stuff that you would need to do your hair black.
Okay. So I've seen them. I spent a lot of time in Detroit years ago, and I saw quite a few stores when I went, oh, they don't have my face on the boxes.
Probably not.
Right.
Sometimes you're so inclusive, you're exclusive. That's what supply is. 9 times out of 10, those are owned by Asian folks anyway. So
yes,
we're building community in other ways. But you're just not
right. But I respect those faces the same way that like I respect the outdoors. Like the same reason I don't go into the woods. Cause I'm like, they don't need me there.
I ain't got no business being out there. You know what? That actually helps because black people don't camp either. So maybe that
great.
We can work with that.
We're getting somewhere.
Okay, one more. Name you're Canadian, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay, so name 3 black Canadians I've heard of.
Cardinal Official? Huh? No? No?
Let's keep going.
There was I don't know if he's Canadian, but he played for the Toronto Blue Jays. Does that count?
We'll round up.
Okay, Joe Carter.
Sure.
That was like in Toronto. He's big. I don't want to say Drake because I feel like I'm admitting that I'm out of people. Right?
Yeah, no, that's not great. I think
Misha Brugenhausen, she's like an opera singer. She has a really long last name. No, I swear, because Canadian, we have like 12 celebrities, period. So we trot them out for everything.
I would say that you definitely failed that one, and I think it's kind of pass fail. So I don't think I can do it
Yeah.
for you.
All right.
If you
Okay.
study and come back, maybe we'll try again. But I want to talk about Canadians again. I don't think
Please.
I've ever met any. Like being honest, I don't think I've ever met.
Wow. Okay.
So this is big for me.
Where do you live? Am I asking too many questions about
No,
you?
it's
Where do you
okay.
live?
I'm from Indiana.
Yeah. I can see Canadians like not passing through.
Don't say like that.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
You know what? Defend your people. Tell me about Canada.
I don't defend my people. We're very passive. I don't think we're as polite as people make us out to be. I think they're not paying attention to the passive aggressiveness. We talk behind people's backs a lot. I find people in New York to be a lot nicer. They're a lot more upfront with what they want and need. We're like a diet America. We're like the RC Cola of North America.
Yeah, America doesn't do diet, so that makes sense.
Right. We have less flavors of Oreos.
You know, was that a race joke?
No. I mean, because they have like in the States, you go to Sheetz and they're like Swedish fish Oreos, and you're
That's
like, we don't have that in Canada. We have like maybe 5. We get to that vanilla one, and they're like, that's enough. It's enough stimulation. We've had many establishments like Target and Krispy Kreme who came to Canada thinking this is going to be great, and they close almost immediately because like we don't have the aggressiveness towards greed and gluttony.
You know, I want to highlight the fact that I asked you to defend Canada, not to denigrate the United States, but I can't even be mad because consumerism is what we do best.
Yes.
And I love Krispy Kreme. That you guys are wrong.
Here's how I'll defend Canada. We have our limits.
Fine. You know what? And maybe that's the one thing I love about America. Nothing's off limits.
Right.
I'm still talking about Canada. Do you want to go on the record about this whole Justin Trudeau, Katy Perry thing?
Yeah, I think it's awful.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't care about his previous wife either.
Yeah.
I found them similarly annoying, and I feel like he does not have a good friend, a good male friend to sit him down and be like, listen, you're very attractive, you're very well connected, you can do better.
And you know, I actually completely agree. I think I look at him and I'm like, he's if you have to think of like politicians or like former politicians who are like not ugly, he's top of the list.
Right.
I can understand how we landed here. Like some of y'all would have to do some charity work, but I feel like he shouldn't have to.
Conversely, if we may flip the perspective, can you imagine going from Russell Brand dick to Justin Trudeau dick? Like, you've had it all at that point. You're like, well, nothing's gonna faze me.
You know, the problem with Katy Perry is like I don't think anything phases her, period. Like I don't remember the last time I saw her have like a thought.
Right.
And so, you know, I you know when she went to space. You remember that when they did
Yes, I do. Her and Gayle King.
Imagine
being an alien and being like, this is who they're sending?
Exactly. And like, Gayle King, who are you? Explain who you are. And you're like, I'm just different. You know?
Yes.
Although she has a career now, but you know.
But based on her being Oprah's friend.
Being a Nepo friend sounds like the ideal situation.
I've been one and it's not that good.
What? Why?
Well, I mean, like David Arquette, he's not very helpful. You know, I was more friends than Nepo. I lost out on the Nepo part because I would underplay it. You know what I mean? I would say, I want to just be a friend. So I would underplay any natural Nepo that was there.
Can't do that. I take advantage of every Nepo in every situation. Just in case, you know, just in case, throw it out there. But also welcome.
Thank you.
Are you nervous?
No, I don't think I'm nervous. I'm not. Wait a minute. I'm not unreasonably nervous. I think I'm the right amount of nervousness. You tweeted me, and I gave so much shit to people who were not on Hey that I was like, well, fuck. Now that I'm not doing that and people are asking, I can't say no. Yeah. And did you tweet expecting a response?
I never do. And because I didn't tag you.
Right.
So you did scare me a little bit because I was like, I didn't know I summoned you. But I'm glad you're here.
Okay.
I feel like that wasn't very inviting, but
It's fine.
No, this is
nor do you need to make guests comfortable. That should not be a burden of a host. I don't think an interview should be I think a comfortable interview is perhaps a bad interview.
I don't disagree. I've only done a couple, and they've all kind of come about the same way. Yeah, I'm like, I want it to be fun and informative. But if you're just gonna answer all the same questions, then we don't have to do this.
Yes, and also it should be fun for the viewer, and other people's tensions are very fun for a viewer.
I agree. I'm glad you said that because I got some questions for you throughout the course of it.
Yes, please.
So first off, let's talk about the elephant in the room. You had a job. You're still saying you have a job, but I don't know exactly what you're supposed to do now. I'm kidding. But so HeyW is no longer. What do you think was the episode that got you canceled?
Canceled culturally, or canceled the show. So I mean, it did get to a point, and I was in this weird part of AEW and the internet where it's like, is anyone paying attention to what I'm saying? We took, I would say, over the course of 165 episodes, very few things out. More often than not, we left stuff in. The one thing we left out that I did mention is when Max Caster referred to the Gun Club as the Cum Club. And the editor at the time was like, we got to lose this. Which I was like, all right. I wasn't going to put up a fight. Like, he was already talking about January 6th. And like, there was enough there where I was like, all right, I can't.
I'll lose.
I'm not going to put my foot down. There was not an argument, but we went back and forth on the episode where I asked Action Andretti if he's black.
Yeah, I remember. I was going to bring that up too.
There was a genuine question. Because especially when, and like, corporate cultural inclusion is just a funny thing to me. When they would do like Black History Month, for example, and then there was like, are we putting this guy on the thing? Did he? You can't make him fill out a form. Well, although I think you should corporately. I don't think it's a bad thing.
I don't think so either.
And then I think the same thing happened to Red Velvet too, when she wasn't on some, I don't know, maybe a Latin thing, and they're like, well, we didn't know. So. But it was a good question, and it was always I'm very against the Tony Hinchcliffe, Joe Rogan, you can't say anything anymore people. I think they just suck. So it's always been my goal to talk about those things in a way that was allowable. And I did do that with Action Andretti, and they wanted to take it out, and I said, no, please, this is very important that we do this and let people know that he's black. And he was happy. A lot of people have those tensions, and then you bring them up and they get to release them. I'm trying to think of other examples. The pronoun discussion with Speedball was another one too that I thought was relatively important. I would say it's nice to see someone defend it. You know what I mean? You realize, like, when you get to poke people, you get to see if they're kind of real or not.
Yeah.
So that's a real nice thing. And then I think the one that got me canceled was Kevin Von Erich bringing up Israel.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That'll do it. That'll definitely do it. But it got to a point where it was like, and that was like 2 or 3 episodes before the end. And I thought, it's astounding to me that we could be doing this for 4 years and then still find something new and crazy.
You know what? And that in itself is an accomplishment. Well, first off, I really enjoyed the show because I thought that it did push people in a lot of different ways that most shows didn't. I thought you were funny, and I thought the show and its premise was funny. And it's always funny too when people are like already on edge because like they've seen they know that you're about to ask them some crazy shit. Let me ask you this about the Action Andretti thing, because I've never wondered, but maybe it's just like I think black people can tell when other black people are black pretty easily. I
Mhm.
don't know how that works for white people because I'm like, I look at someone's hair in any state and I'm like, I know what you are. You're one of us. Did it ever cross your mind of like, what if the answer is no? You know?
Um, no, I mean, I try not to answer the question. I pose that to them. I know, well, and that's also the thing about Hey is that obviously I have my questions and my research, but I really do not know what people are going to say.
Yeah.
So I'm always prepared for that. Is there a world where it could be no? Yeah. Did I think it was no? No.
Yeah.
No, I see who he hangs out with at the hotels. I do the math.
Yeah. Sometimes you can round up too. Sometimes you're like, I don't have it on paper, but I've got it in every other circumstance. Like, I know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. I've certainly filed you in that folder in my head.
Oh, so you separate the folders?
Yeah, I got a whole cabinet in there. Yeah.
Segregated mental folders,
Yes. Yes.
Are they separate but equal at least?
Yes. It's not vertical. It's just a horizontal cabinet. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
Okay, so people are telling me that you used to wrestle. Why are they saying
Why are they saying that? Because I did for a time, and then I realized after many, many failures, it was a lot easier to get paid in wrestling, not wrestling. And I said, well, this is probably the road to go down. If you look up some of my work, and it is available, you see a very frustrated person who wants to do this. I'm not close. Wants to do this, but is in a space that's this big.
Yeah.
So I look back and I go, oh, you poor thing. But now I feel like, at least with something like Hey, I was given this.
Yeah.
And it was helpful. And now I'm like, gee, I could not imagine wrestling now.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have, and I also think it's always sad when people put on the boots again.
I think so too.
I think like I'm good. I have gas left in the tank and I'm great with leaving it there.
You know what? Yeah. I think that there's not always another destination, Your Honor. Sometimes
right. We're parked and that's it. And we're just going to camp out here.
Mm-hmm. Even though neither one of us is camping. But
no, I've never been camping. I'll tell you who is an environmental bully. Is that Brian Danielson. He's forced me to go hiking. Forced. When I tell you forced, I mean forced. And then also taking great joy in my misfortune and my suffering from hiking. And he wants to go camping. He wants to do a bunch of those things. I don't know why. He's just like a green JBL. It's the best way I can put it.
So forced hiking, did he put a gun to your head or was it like a kidnapping situation?
We crossed in the hall, and so he loves Vegas. He loves hiking in Vegas. And we passed in the hall, and I did not really know him very well. And he pointed me in the face and he said, you, Sunday or whatever it was, we're going hiking.
That's scary.
Yeah, it is. And there was and then I was like, he appealed to my insecurity and I was like, fuck you, buddy. Yes, I am. And now I'm like easily talked myself into something I didn't want to do.
How bad was it?
Awful. We went to Red Rock. I scrambled because I don't have shoes and shit. I bought a hat that was way too expensive, covered myself in sunscreen. It was a mistake. And I remember hiking for hours and then getting to the top of whatever it is. And of course I'm like, sweating my ass off. And he's like, this is one of the easier trails. I was like, fuck you. And then we're on top of this rock and then we sit. And then he likes to be, existential and talk about life and, and I remember at the end of that saying, we could have done this at a cafe.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because now you have to go back. That's the thing about hiking that fucks me up is like you go hiking and you spend hours getting somewhere. You're there for whatever, like a fucking hour. And then you have to go back.
Yes. Yeah. It's not. And it's usually harder on the way back. It's downhill. So I'm like falling down. When gravity jogs for you?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And you're just catching up. I respect you for going though, because I would have made an op out of Brian Danielson because I'd be like, I'm not fucking doing that. And then I would have had backstage issues. speaking of backstage issues, so there were some people that obviously came on AEW, and there were some people that didn't.
Yeah.
Why does Kenny Omega hate you?
Great question. I don't know. I don't know if he hates me. I think his brain has not gotten to me yet. He's a man who is very consumed by a lot of things.
Oh, I'm sure. We every week, as part of the show, we do a Kenny Omega appreciation section.
Yeah.
And so you could not tell me anything negative about that man. So I wanted to make sure that you hadn't done anything to offend him.
I don't think so. I hope not. I mean, I had it ready. I had it written. And also he was out for a long period of time. Yeah. And it's hard to get people like right when they come back. But I had it written. It was there. And then I was also very like, well, let me get the other people that I can get in the meantime. But I don't think there's ill will. I don't think he hates me. Having said that, it's a blemish on his record, not mine.
Fair enough. You guys heard it here first, folks. RJ City calls on Kenny Omega.
Yeah. Yes. Great.
Okay. So, I want to speak more about, some of the guests. You had a lot of British people on your show. Do you think that
we hired a lot of British people?
It felt like there's a disproportionate amount of British people.
Yes.
But do you think that all of their accents are real, or do you think some of them are doing a bit?
Oh, wow. There's a couple that are doing a bit for sure. I think it's so interesting. I would say Jamie Hayter, maybe doing a little bit to distance herself, to distance me from the real her. You've been in this country long enough. Yeah. You should start wearing it down a little.
Why do you still have it's full.
Right.
It's full.
Right. Yeah. We're still saying thing. We don't need to be saying thing. No, come on. Right? Yes. We can still be racist towards British people. We can ask them to assimilate, right?
Absolutely. I think that is the one thing. If I'm going to get canceled for anything, it's going to be the way I talk about British people. So I'm with that.
Yeah. Mariah May, for sure. I mean, her real voice is like, "Hi, fellas, what's going on?" So it was a little bit of an act.
I've heard that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's go backwards. How did you end up in the world of pro wrestling? What'd you make?
Wow. I mean, pro wrestling in general, like why did I go down this road?
Yeah.
So and it's something I did. I never remember not wanting to be a wrestler.
Really?
Yeah. I wanted to be a wrestler and a Muppet. And they're both the same worlds.
I'm gonna get there. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. All right. I've gone on the record many times, my thesis on how they're the same. But I will say, years ago, I found when you're a kid and you play baseball and they take a picture and they put it on like a fake trading card or whatever. Yeah. I found one of those and I was a hell of a baseball player. My father said it always looked like I was running upstairs. And on the back of it, it said hobbies, wrestling / entertaining, and then future ambition, wrestler / entertainer, which is for an 8-year-old to say entertainer is nuts. Yeah. Right? That's like a Mel Torme speak. It's very weird. And then for me to know that then, it was very bizarre to me. It just seemed like, well, this is what I'm going to do. Why wouldn't you do this is my question. And I will also say all children want to do that. All children want to wrestle the same way they want to be Power Rangers and fire trucks. The difference is, why didn't I grow out of it? And that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Fair enough. I mean, I think I've never grown out of wanting to be a Power Ranger. If that was still an option, I would have gone. I had a
bad experience with Amy Jo Johnson.
Really?
Yeah. I had a web series in Canada where I did parody crafts. And she was supposed to be on it, and we built everything, and then at the last minute she canceled, and I was like, well, fuck that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so from the jump, you're like, wow, I'm gonna be a wrestler / entertainer, which again, like you said, entertainer could be very vague. But so as you kind of got into the industry, how do you feel like you were able to kind of find yourself and navigate your own kind of path? Because I don't think there's many folks like you, for better or for worse.
Thanks. I had an inability to quit, even when I very much wanted to. And every time I was like, all right, I think I'm going to wind down, something new would happen that would keep me doing the stuff. And then it became like, it wasn't like I fit a spot that existed. I had my own thing. And then when I did like WWE stuff, which is very obscure, but you can dig it up. They were very like, yeah, do whatever the thing is that you do. You do it. You're like, okay, you sure you don't want me to like fill a position? You're like, no, whatever this thing, which is great because I seem to be the only expert on it. So I get to say a lot of like, I think it should be like this. They're like, well, this is your thing.
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, and then because of that, and I will say Tony Khan is just a obsessive in terms of what is going on in wrestling, both currently and in the past. And he was watching all the stuff, and I had no idea, which is nuts to think about. And so I had no aspirations of going to AEW. Did not think they would want me. Didn't think I fit the milieu. And then I tweeted. So one of my pictures for WWE was driving people on the road to WrestleMania. Me and Randy Orton and whatever. And they didn't go for it, which sucks. And then I tweeted about it, and then TK DM'd me, and that was it. He was like, let's do that and sit down interviews. Wow. I will also say, and I don't know how much you know about the history of HBO, but AEW feels like HBO to me, where HBO back in the day used to like give a lot of money to Gary Shandling and be like, make whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, try something. And there was plenty of failures, but I will also say there was a lot of hits. The hits are worth the failures. So I think the same thing applies to AEW.
I really am intrigued by everything you just said there. So I have two separate follow-up questions. The first one, so with that, what would you say you are like most proud of having achieved? And tell me about a joke or an interview that you regret.
What am I most proud? You have to narrow it down. Just in my work.
Sure. I meant specifically like, in the past couple of years, if you've kind of found your niche. But you take that however you want to answer it.
I always, looking back on, and I don't like being proud of things. I'm adverse to being proud because I feel like when people get proud, they lose sense of where they are. And that's a mental block I have. I will say I am very proud of how many people we had on the show that did not speak English.
Oh, yeah.
And how much we got out of them, which otherwise they're really not afforded that kind of opportunity on TV or otherwise. That always made me feel good. I don't know if I'm I am proud of like, oh, wow, I got that much material out of this context. I only thought we were going to do 10 episodes. Oh. I thought I have a very short shelf life. So anything beyond 10 was like, really? We're still doing this? All right.
Yeah.
Fine. What was the other question?
A joke.
What do I regret?
Yeah.
Boy, what do I regret? There are, I go back and there's some lines where I'm like, I wish that was better. I don't think I regret too much. I wish I went after people harder. Now that the show's done, I feel like there's still that lingering like, oh, we could have gotten Kenny at some point. Or, Punk was another one who said he was going to do it. And I'd be like, all right, it's ready. And then injuries, and there was never like a really good opportunity to do it. Pac is another one I would have loved to. Us breathing the same air would have been interesting for me.
I agree. I'm genuinely scared of that man. You know what? Like, I took my mom to her first pro wrestling show like a couple weeks back. She wanted to leave as soon as she saw Hobbs because she was like, he's gonna come up here and beat me up. I don't know why he's gonna do that, but it's gonna be me. That's how I feel about Pac. And so yeah, I would have loved to see you tell him a tale or two. Switching gears.
Yes.
Tony Khan. Right? I'm gonna ask you a question that you may not answer.
What's his fucking deal?
One, what's his fucking deal? 2, why haven't you robbed him and redistributed his wealth?
I don't need the responsibility.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then all of a sudden I become the wealthy one.
You don't have to be.
Well, I have it. If I take the money, I now have the money.
Well, no, you're redistributing the wealth.
Yeah, but that's too much responsibility for me.
So you would rather just be classist?
I would love a low maintenance life.
Okay, so let me rephrase.
I'm not against the concept. I'm against me doing it.
Okay, so who could we recruit?
You need someone who thinks highly of themselves, and I would say Kenny.
Okay.
Seems like he would think about it and have the confidence in his decisions. That's what I don't have.
Okay, yeah. So you're too insecure to commit that.
Yes, 100%. And I think that's what's kept me out of criminal activity.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think you get away with it, or you just don't think?
I don't have the confidence to do it.
See, I honestly, the only thing that's kept me away from criminal opportunity. Well, I don't want to say that. My mom watched the show. I was gonna say was I just haven't had the right moment, but I don't think I should put that on the internet forever.
But I will also say, I have seen him be obscenely generous, and he is not. My one criticism of him is that he's too nice.
How do you fix that? Well, I feel like honestly though, if you have that much money and you're mean to people, it spreads quickly, you know?
Right. But I will also say this. There are a lot of people who have a lot of money and spend it easily, and they're still not generous people. He is a generous person. I also, with his time and his attention and his care to things too. Because like $20 from my uncle is like, wow, $20 from the billionaire is like, right. Yeah. But he's a generous all across the board. How do you stop him from being so nice? That's a him thing. He's got to figure that out.
Yeah, him and a therapist.
Yes.
I also appreciate you saying that, because I'm like, it's good. You want to keep your job. Don't want to upset the boss. He should come on here. Okay, so I want to switch gears once again. What else is here?
Yes, a lot of gears here.
Well, okay, so I've scoured the internet in research and preparation. I've got a lot of questions, but the first one, is there anything you want to apologize to the Black community for?
Was I tweeting? I was tweeting. What did I tweet? Read me the tweets.
Well, this is open-ended. You go ahead. What comes to mind?
Was I tweeting about like Kim Wayans? That was like, was I tweeting about? There was one where I said they should do a all-white version of The Wiz. Was that it?
Well, that's just funny. I want you to know, I really, really looked. You hadn't said anything, so I wanted to see if you would just expose yourself.
I also feel like you haven't looked hard enough. There's got to be some shit there. Do you remember At Midnight?
No.
There was a show where you would like tweet, and it was like you would tweet jokes. It was a Comedy Central show, and I played it constantly, and I was tweeting the most random shit. And I always feel like, even from the beginning, I would always defend the tweets that I would tweet about, right?
That could be.
I would always try to, at least.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm thinking.
And
I think I'm good.
How hard I tried to find stuff to bring up today.
You just typed in at RJ City Black?
At RJ City, like insert slur. I was looking for anything. But no, I was Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, I was in the trenches. Unfortunately, I couldn't find anything, but I won't give up. Don't worry.
Thank you. There's got to be something out there.
I'm sure there is. There's something I can twist, but
Yes.
team. This was a group effort. But you do go on the record a lot about two things that I feel the need to bring up. The first is Sesame Street.
Yes.
Can you explain to me why Sesame Street occupies so much brain space for you?
Oh, wow. So, I mean, I always watched it as a kid, and I think there was a real hangout vibe, and there was a good amount. And I'm talking about early Sesame Street. So, from 75 or whenever it started to, let's say, 2000. Whenever fucking Zoe showed up, it was over.
Whoa! What the fuck is Zoe?
Yeah, Zoe was. How about this? Here, I'll give you one problematic comment that you can be exclusive on your show. Didn't like when Susie showed up on Rugrats.
No, why is
that? it was just over. It felt like you had a formula, you stuck with it, and it very much felt like a discussion with executives was had. It was not earned.
The DEI opportunity for
100%.
You know what?
And I mean, I will say the same about Baby Dill.
Wow. So which of those letters in DEI do you take most issue with?
The D.
Okay.
I didn't think. I'll say here. Let me give you. I feel like I have to give you something problematic for you to go on. Like all of the cast of In Living Color, much more than I like the actual show.
You know what? In Living Color, this is a take what'll get me canceled.
Yeah.
I'm glad it exists.
Yeah.
Made me giggle a few times.
Yes.
Not much. How do you feel about living single?
It's okay. Wrong. It's not. It's okay.
Living single or Friends?
Oh my God, I would pick Living Single by default.
Oh, you really don't like Friends?
Cannot stand Friends.
Why?
I don't like it. I don't like anything about it. None of them are likable people to me. And I've met Courtney Cox before, and I've said as much. So I don't feel like I'm, telling tales out of school. I liked, if we're talking about Black-centric sitcoms,
please.
City Guys.
Wow, what a rare pull.
Yeah, it's a great show. And the principal was the male woman from Ghost Rider.
I've never seen that.
I'm going to send you a series of links. But what are we talking about? Sesame Street. There was a wonderful party vibe that also early Saturday Night Live had. I don't know if it was a New York thing or a sign of the times, but like letting kids be kids was very enjoyable. The way they shot stuff was very enjoyable. There was an appreciation for let's let kids experience many different things at the same time. So it was important to me, the same way the Muppet Show was, because it was a gateway to a lot of stuff for me.
I agree with that. Love Sesame Street. Who doesn't? Do you feel like you still have an appropriate relationship with it as an adult?
You're going to have to define appropriate.
Do you think you like Sesame Street as much as other adults do? Or do you think that it might be a bit more?
So I want to say I'm also not like an apologist.
Okay.
Like I'm deep into the culture of it and I can criticize it too.
Okay.
When there's things I don't like. So I feel like I have it's deep, but it's not one-sided. It's at least dimensional.
That's good, at least. Yeah. My other question is about Betty White. Now, I want to
piece of shit.
Slightly
fucking asshole.
All right.
Don't give a shit.
I mean, well, she can't hear us any fucking way. But I feel like I was trying to be in good taste. But you have very strong feelings on Betty White in the Golden Girls. I love the Golden Girls, and I never took issue with Betty White until I saw some of the things that you were expressing such strong opinions on, and I was like, you know what? You might have a point. Do you want to explain to both of the viewers that will watch this what your issue is with Betty White?
So I've done my research, and it's more honoring the legacy of B. Arthur, who did not like Betty White.
Okay.
She was very quick, and it's a level of research that this is something I'm proud of. I was able to get to certain people who knew them, and know the stories, and get firsthand accounts of like, yeah, she thought she was like a phony and full of shit. She didn't like her at all. And there is a famous story, and there's video evidence of Rue McClanahan speaking at B's memorial and telling a story about which B told Rue's husband, and I quote, "Betty is a cunt."
Well, did Betty White share? Was this a mutual hatred, or was this?
So it's hard to tell because Betty's a phony, right?
She's also dead. We can't ask her.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? And I will also say I've also heard a lot about her husband, Betty's husband, Alan Ludden. And I heard he was, he had some sort of physical disability that would affect how he walked. And then when he hosted game shows, he always had to be at a podium. You never saw him. It was never a walking game show. Very interesting. Yeah. Many people have also alleged that she was a beard for his, to hide his homosexuality. I've also heard that. He's also very dead. Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm like, come on, you can't just say that.
I said alleged.
Unalleged.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I feel like we've covered a lot of ground already, but I've got some more. If you're
Please.
So, you're telling everybody you're not unemployed, right? So
right.
As a result, like, what do you do now?
It's a great question. I wander the halls.
Right.
I host 0 Hour. I'm still doing that. I do a lot of stuff with Renee. We work on a lot of stuff. And I'm also doing a lot of, we may have repackaged Hay in an enjoyable way. When does this come out?
I don't know.
Within the week? Within the next 2 days?
Within a week, sure.
Okay. Well, yes. So stay tuned. Next couple days, there may be a small announcement about how you can enjoy Hay. And that, I'm working on a lot of other creative endeavors. I'm always backstage if someone needs an insult. You know, hey, we're in Columbus. What do you have on Columbus? So I'm sort of an asshole for hire.
You know what? That's what I need to put on my resume. Because I do it for free.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can put this out whenever you want. I'm not committed enough to a posting schedule.
Great.
Okay, so I have a question that I don't know if you're gonna want to answer.
Please.
Your bare hands. What's the biggest animal you can defeat with your bare hands? People get woke about this and they're like, I love animals, I'm not gonna do it.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you to define defeat.
This animal, Hunger Games style arena. One of you's coming out of here.
So I have to kill them.
Yeah.
See, and then I go back to my lack of criminal activity. You know what I mean?
You don't go outside. So
I would certainly, no matter what animal it is, I would weigh dying.
Oh, okay.
If it's something that would give me an easy death.
No, whatever it is, it's going to be a very slow, painful death.
I'd say a bird, a pigeon, anything that lacks that humanity that would give it sympathy.
Oh, okay. You know, that's an interesting answer. It's kind of boring. I would say, I mean, because birds, the thing with birds is like they could fly and you can't, so you have to catch them first.
Yeah. I mean, provided it's a domed arena.
Yeah, but I didn't say how big. This could be a long venture. You have to catch the bird. You seen the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Yeah, like those are big. Like it's the one in Catching Fire that's huge. Like so, it's just you and the bird in this whole place. So you could be chasing that bird around and die in the meantime.
Well, I would. Oh, this is so much work. I don't want to say a cat. Cats are quick. I would say those mixed breed dogs where they shouldn't be. We shouldn't have been mixing them.
Here you go.
Whatever some rich person thought was cute, I think I'm doing a moral good by killing it.
Yeah, like the dogs that are like their organs are too big for their bodies to like shake.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? And I think everyone would be, in hindsight, what a great thing he did.
You're just killing one. You're not ending the breed.
Yeah, but it's symbolic. I would have to make a speech afterwards. I assume there's a scrum.
No, nobody even knows you're doing this.
I'm just in silence.
This is in somebody's backyard.
I would say a mixed breed, one of those small ones where their heads are too big for their body.
You know what?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a realistic thing to say. I think my answer would probably be bear. Because I don't like them and I don't think that they're any match for me.
Yeah.
It's important to have a strong sense of delusion. Yeah, I'm glad you answered that. Some people get woke, and you even said a dog. People are like, I would never hurt an animal. You wanted to, so
yeah.
I'm glad I can put that in the description. RJ said he wants to kill mixed breed dogs.
Yes.
Underline mix. Okay, so just a couple more questions, and then I promise I won't hold you captive.
It's okay. I'm here for as long. I agreed to this. I am here for you.
Do you feel like this is going well?
I mean, what? Do I feel like it's going well? I think people would be interested to click on it.
Sure. I meant more like evaluate your own performance. Do you think you're like you?
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think I've stood up to your gotcha questions.
They aren't gotcha questions.
I think I've taken a stand. I think I feel like I don't know. I feel like I didn't pass the initial test, which is good. So I don't come off like a fraud. And then, but I still have no problematic tweets.
That really hurts me. But I'll find something else out. Don't worry.
Yes, please.
Okay. I don't know if you're gonna know who any of these people are.
Yeah.
Fuck, marry, kill. Dr. Umar. Do you know who Dr. Umar is?
No.
Okay.
Can I look up Dr. Umar? I might.
Please do. And I can also describe him too. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
He's there.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Dr. Umar, you definitely don't know who the second guy is. International best-selling author of the book This Hoe Got Roaches in Her Crib, Quan Millz. And
Quan Millz?
Quan Millz, yes.
Quan Millz.
Yeah. And the last
okay. Oh my God, I've seen these books.
Yeah. Have you read
No. Okay. No. I'm so sorry. Go ahead. In the last one?
Tyler Perry.
Oh.
I know I kind of threw it at you with limited information. This Hoe Got Roaches in Her Crib. Actually, by all accounts, a really, really good book.
I mean, how can you not want to fuck Quan Millz?
I think it's pretty easy.
Really? But I'm saying, like, out of those three, if you think who's going to give you a good time sexually, it's going to be that guy.
I don't know. I don't want to give Dr. Umar the satisfaction. And I don't think he would have a good time with you.
Right.
It's kind of his whole thing.
I think Tyler Perry would. And for that reason, he's going to be killed.
You know.
I would marry Dr. Umar. I'd like to say I'm married to a doctor.
He's not a doctor of anything.
Come on, Dr. Umar.
He just gave those titles to himself.
Come on, Dr. Umar.
Okay. I'll put that in the description too.
Yeah.
He proposes to Dr. Umar.
Yes.
That's fascinating. My next question. Again, another gear. So you got Osprey on your show.
Yes.
That's ultimately my goal. How do we trap him? Is the question.
Great question. I mean, right now he's laid up and injured.
Yeah, I'm like, come on.
But I would say you should appeal to the things he's doing right now, and I would say you want to talk about Pro Wrestling Eve,
which is great anyway.
Which is great anyway. It deserves the attention, and I think there's no better way to promote women's wrestling than having a guy talk about it.
Of course, because that's what people want.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I'm going to ask you about women's wrestling.
Please.
Right. We were looking at 2025. We've got all these different lists that have come out.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite women's matches of 2025?
Oh my God. I mean, it's hard to not start with the Hollywood ending.
I'm sure.
Because I also think it's perhaps bigger than a match. You have to, you know what I mean? I also think these lists, it's difficult to put them all in context. You know what I mean? If we're looking at it as like a pure match, it would probably be a different answer. But also, that's not the way things work. It's not a video game. Everything is in context. And I would say context-wise, that's very much up there. Mercedes has had a fine year. I really liked her match with Red Velvet. The Final Battle one. That one I liked the best out of them. What else did I like? It's a wonderful question. I liked a lot of the tag tournament, like the beginning of the tag team stuff. I would like to put Mercedes and Athena and Babes of Wrath. I feel like I would like to put their two matches together.
Yeah.
Sometimes things have to be viewed together. It's like watching The Godfather 1 and 2. You're like, you should watch both. Like, yeah. I feel like that would be good. Who else do I enjoy? It's a great, wonderful question. Megan Bayne. I liked Megan Bayne and Toni Storm was like a very good match that I liked. But again, they're all in context. I'm always going back to context. Jamie Hayter and Mercedes was very good. At Double or Nothing, maybe. You have a list, don't you? You have a list somewhere. What else? Sky Blue also had a very good year. It's hard, like, because I feel like these lists are very isolationist.
I agree.
You know?
I agree. And I think I think it's so cool to talk about them all together because then you realize just how many cool moments there were.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it can be easy to kind of lose sight of, because you're like, oh, we're talking about one match. And it's like, but actually this person had an incredible year and maybe they're not, PWI #1, but like they were great all year.
Yeah. I will also go back and say there are probably matches that, looking back on them maybe a year from now, maybe more than a year from now, will be more important than they were at the time. And I think about Willow and Marina being in Anarchy in the Arena.
Yeah.
I think that's very important. The women's Blood and Guts blowing all the other ones out of the water, I think is another one of those. A lot of Willow stuff and Marina stuff of mixing up at the men and having the mixed nuts match, and then Stat and Darby against Yuta and Marina, I would say is another one where you're like, whoa, and also that when she told John Moxley to go fuck himself. I think this year important. So, and that's my other thing. Well, fuck it, we'll talk. I have the time. Where am I going? I also feel like the women are so strong this year that the answer is to not just give them their own version of the same shit the men already have. Because like, then now there's a show with 2 fucking Royal Rumbles and it's like exhausting. I think it's important to push them in territories that the men aren't in and give them their own stuff. And I think about Willow and I think about Toni Storm and I'm going, gee, they do shit that the men just can't.
Oh, absolutely.
So I feel like that's more important. It's more important to head in that direction.
I agree. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, so it's stuff like that, and they're mixing up with the men that I feel is important, and I feel like creates a good show. And I mean, Stat and the Death Riders, I think it's off the top of my head, and like then Tony stuff with with Mox, and then Harley stuff. Mox has mixed it up with a lot of women this year.
That's true.
And then Marina has kicked the shit out of a lot of men this year.
That's true.
I think, especially for a show, to weave them in as all part of it, as opposed to the men's stuff is over and it's now time for the women's segment.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot better, and I think we'll do a lot more in the long run, if that makes any sense.
It does. And I think it's really important that you said that, because I think a lot of times, like you were saying, like the pink it and shrink it model is like, well, what's for men? Let's just keep it the same for the women and it'll be the exact same. And I think Toni Storm's a perfect example of like, nobody can do what she's doing right now. Like absolutely no one. So there is no necessary, like there's not necessarily a framework for it. So yeah. I think it's so interesting and exciting to think about what that future could hold. And like you said, I think Willow is another great example of like Willow is everywhere all the time and consistently one of the biggest pops that you're going to hear. Like, and so how do we find ways to have her chart her own path rather than just, what's already predetermined? I think that's a great model.
And I will also say, Mercedes' whole run of the belt collecting, taking her all over the world, and like that's an arc where it's like, I don't even think you could do that as a man at that level with that kind of people and have it be that collaborative across all those promotions.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think it stands out as a very unique women's thing. I will also say, fucking Olympia. Remember? Yeah. She was, holy shit.
Yeah.
I was like, shit. All right. Okay. It's cool shit.
Heard you. Yeah. I am really excited. I think this is maybe the most excited I've been in a long time. Just to see where all of these people, because it also feels like now you're in a moment where you have a lot of established stars in the women's division, when in the past it's felt like we need to build this person or we need to build this person, or and now it's a matter of, okay, we've got a lot of people that people want to see consistently, so now what do we do? I'm really excited to see where that goes. Let's turn to hating. Tell me one thing. I won't make it that specific. One thing in pro wrestling this year that you hated.
Jelly roll.
Yeah.
I can't say that I hated Tony Hinchcliffe because I think his arc gave me great satisfaction.
I can say it. I can say that I hated it. I will be the first to say that's not a funny individual. Neria gives a lot of me.
Yeah. Hey, you don't have to be a good wrestler to be a successful one. You don't have to be funny to be a successful comedian, unfortunately.
That's true. You just have to be funny. But no, Jelly Roll was up there. Why was Travis Scott there? That was another one that for me.
And I'm also like, let me also put it like this, coming from, and I look, any shots at that company I like to take very publicly and very strongly, as I devoted 5 minutes to on my final episode of A. It's very hard to make good wrestling. And I don't know if that's because wrestling itself is hard or because the people are involved are idiots. Am I an idiot? I don't know. Sometimes definitely yes. It's very, very hard. And I also look at Saturday Night Live, where maybe 3 in 10 sketches are funny and maybe 1 in 20 is memorable. Like, go back, watch the first season of Saturday Night Live, most of it's shit. Similarly, if you're playing baseball and you have like a batting average of .333 and you're hitting the ball 30% of the time, you have a fucking Hall of Fame career.
Yeah.
It is hard shit to do. So I also think most of it's gonna be shit. So as easy as it is to pick apart things in hindsight, it's difficult. And I know a lot of stuff, there's a million moving parts for whatever reason. Also, the output is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't think The Sopranos could have handled 4 hours a week.
No.
Right? So I think you have to match your expectations to what the output is. And I'm not telling you to lower your expectations. I'm telling you should continue to criticize it. It's good. It's healthy. Like, no, I hate when people are like, if you don't like it, don't watch. It's like, no, fuck you. I talk about shit I don't like all the time. One of my favorite things to do is talk about shit I don't like. Let me speak. And
I think the difference is I feel like I at least I am someone I don't typically enjoy watching the other company for a plethora of reasons, but I typically enjoy watching AEW. And I also think it's important, like you said, the context of like, okay, what there could be very real reasons as to why you're not seeing the person that you want to see. You don't know these people. I don't know these people. In terms of, like, why isn't this person on TV? Well, maybe they're sick. Why isn't this person XYZ? Maybe it didn't work out, So I think a whole lot of fucking losers that come on the internet and act like they know what they're doing behind the scenes and be like, well, I would have done this. And it's like, well, girl, you don't have the pen. And there's a fucking reason for it.
but I also think it's like a welcome thing.
I think so too. I think that what I try to do, at least, is to strike a balance of like, oh, I fucking hated that, but that doesn't mean that everything is shit. Does that make sense?
Like 100%. I also think your effort in criticizing it is proving your passion.
Yeah, I think. Do you feel the same way about your efforts to criticize Betty White?
There's no efforts to criticize. She's a piece of shit, and she's a piece of shit. Bottom line, I'm not going to pick apart her fucking work. B. Arthur is one of the greatest. A lot of people don't know this, and we're going to, this is going to get sad. When she was doing Maude, her husband left her for a younger woman, and she was crushed and did not feel comfortable enough to return to television until Golden Girls.
And then like that.
Right. So, this is the reality of life and the people that we want to laugh at. We want to poke fun. She lives and breathes. Not anymore because she's dead. Yeah. But she did. And she did it often barefoot.
Do you believe in hell?
Well, I'm also like, define it. Is there a worse place than this?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Low key. I mean, it was 66 degrees this morning, and now it's 17 degrees. Climate change is going to kill us all. Like,
right?
If this isn't hell, I don't want to start dreaming. I was going to ask if you think Betty White's in hell, but if you don't think that there is a hell,
No, and I think we're doing good by remembering her as a piece of shit.
I think it holds the rest of us to a higher standard.
Yes.
Okay. Just a few more questions.
It's okay.
Shout out an op. Who's an op you have?
Shibata?
Oh. Well,
define op. I'm not familiar with this.
Okay.
This goes back to the beauty supply.
Yeah. Okay. We'll chalk this up to cultural difference. So op is just like it's a term. It's like an enemy.
Oh, I see. Ian Riccaboni.
Okay. Why?
Just happy to see you, love the business, ready to go to work, cares about his local community, and like it's disgusting.
Exhausting.
Yeah. Not a fan of his ilk. Yeah.
I will say I've got plenty of ops. I think hating is what keeps the world going round. And I think it's important to hate on good people too. So that when they succeed, they can be like, oh, people didn't believe in me. I'll be the person believing you.
Don't you love when someone you just didn't like gets canceled?
Oh, I love it.
And you're like, I fucking knew it.
Do you know who that is? Do you know who Tyler the Creator is?
Yes. Okay. Is he canceled? I missed that newsletter. I don't think I subscribed to it.
Right. So he's a Black musician. Everybody's like, oh, he's so cool. He makes all this cool, fun music. He's so innovative. I was like, I just think he's a loser. I don't know what it is. There's something in my heart that's like, this guy's fucking lame.
Yeah.
Back, everybody's like, oh, actually, I also don't understand why men get to go through a phase where they just get to like be a Nazi and then we would just like let it go. He went through one of those. Hating it. And then people, so now he's canceled. He's done. But I felt so vindicated. I felt great. I was like, I told you guys. He has a negative.
I also think there's a certain level of mediocrity in celebrity culture where they do the math, like perhaps a Rob Schneider would, and goes, you can either continue down this road and keep knocking on the mainstream door, or you can turn fully against it because there's enough people there that there's an audience for it. Mm-hmm. You're not playing the biggest places, but you're always going to sell out.
Consistent.
So it's something for you to something for you to think about.
Yeah.
And Kid Rock obviously got there. Oh, they stopped liking my music? Let me cater towards this group of assholes.
Whoever did like his music?
I went through a phase.
You went through a Kid Rock phase?
I went through a phase. I was young. You don't understand this. You don't understand what the world was like. I mean, at the same time, we all loved The Undertaker.
So things changed.
So many things changed. But he was doing that music. American Badass was a great song for that.
For that.
He was very popular. I was like in 8th grade.
Give me a timeline. Circa what year?
2001? 2001, let's say.
I wasn't born.
Right.
Pre 9/11, I don't know what y'all were doing.
Right. How can I explain to you that people used to like Kid Rock?
Where were you on 9/11?
Where I was in school. I was in the 7th grade or 8th grade.
You remember it? People say everyone says they remember it.
I do remember it. My grandfather saw the second plane hit from his office building.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And now we've come so far where we can make jokes about it.
I'm not making jokes about it.
No, it's fine. It's fun. Hey, I fucking joke about the Hindenburg or Lincoln being shot.
Well, I think that's funny.
Well, but I assume people, that are far removed from 9/11 as I am to Lincoln being shot will also find it funny.
I think it's hard because it's like I understand it was a transformative moment for everyone and for culture. I have no concept of it. Everybody's like, oh, it was devastating. It was like, I'm like, they made us watch the footage in school though. So like when we got to like 3rd and 4th grade, we like watched the video of people like jumping out of the things and they were like, this is how bad 9/11 was. And we were like,
but you also like don't understand, I mean, the daily like travel changed. It ruined travel.
Yeah, I'm like, I've always had to take my shoes off, guys. I don't know.
Right. I lived in a shoes on society.
Fascinating. Okay, I'm gonna ask you about Lincoln being shot, then we're gonna move on, and then we're gonna
okay. Yes.
What's funny to you about Lincoln being shot? Because I think there's a lot of things.
So he was watching a play called My American Cousin, I believe. Yeah, and it was about okay. And so he gets shot, and John Wilkes Booth then leaps off the balcony onto the stage, shatters his ankle, and then yells whatever his thing is, and then sort of limps away quickly. There was definitely one guy sitting in the back row who thought that this was part of the play.
At least one.
And it went, well, that's an interesting choice.
And could you imagine being like the director and you're like, oh, that's not, I mean, you're on the stage and you're like, I missed one rehearsal and all of a sudden we're shooting people but honestly, if you guys, and I'm sure no one here has seen the play that Lincoln was watching, it's really bad. But I think it was probably Lincoln getting shot in that theater was the most lively thing to happen in that play.
100%. And imagine just being an average theater goer and then you show up to the next play going and nothing. You're like, that sucks.
Fucking lame.
Yeah. Ruins your enjoyment.
It would be the kind of thing that would make me be like, should I do it? Should I be the next John Wilkes Booth?
Right. We need to have something.
Help the people out. Okay. So we're getting to the end of our time here. I'm going to ask you what your deepest, darkest secret is first.
I've tried to make peace with a few of them. For the longest time, I was not able to ride a bike. And I was in my 20s before I finally got it. And I wrote an article about it for the newspaper. So I tried to make peace with things that I was ashamed about. So my deepest, darkest, I don't know if this is deep. I don't think this is deep or dark. And this is here. Let me extend the olive branch and show you how much I appreciate Black culture. There's these two women on TikTok, and they're twins, and they sing songs about like shopping at Ross. Do you know what I'm talking about? Can I try to find them?
Please do.
Okay. And when I tell you I've watched so much of their shit, Ross twins, maybe? Ross twin sisters, okay?
Try to balance your algorithm racially. Who are these people?
So you get the sorry, turn up. I want to make sure they're properly promoted and plugged. Turn Up Twins TV. That's what their ad is. They have 1.2 million followers. And my question to you, as a bastion of Black culture, is why aren't you aware of them? Why aren't you promoting them?
And I will say, I think I can just chalk that up to ageism. I think.
Yeah. You know, you want to sit here and talk about Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay. You're a disgrace to your people for not promoting the Turn Up Twins.
Oh my gosh, you sound just like my comment section. You know what? Here's what I'll say, right? When it comes to Black culture, I live it. Whatever.
Right. You know, yeah.
It's fine. And also, how dare you assume my race? I never told you that.
Mm-hmm. So. It's a great question. A real action anxiety situation I found myself in here.
Also, we started. You didn't even. So.
Right. I did not even. So that's my deep, dark secret, is that I watch.
They have 1 million followers. You're not special. What's that mean?
What else do I will also say, and this is, I don't know if it's a dark secret. I am a very pessimistic person, only because I was a very optimistic person who was very disappointed with the realities of situations. And I also realized, and I have rallied against happiness, only because I feel like what you should strive for is peace and the ability to be unmoved by good or bad situations.
You know what? I think that's actually a good outlook. I don't know if I would go fully against like rallying against happiness.
Mm-hmm.
That feels like
I rally against false happiness.
Oh yeah.
And I'll whatever. I'll say like some people are too happy about wrestling.
I agree.
Chris Van Vliet, I think you're a little too happy about wrestling. Gotta tell you, Malcolm Man Muscle, that. It's nothing great. There's nothing that great to be happy about all the time. I don't know why you're this happy.
I completely agree. And then they look at you and they're like, "Oh, you're so negative." Well, come on, let's all be real. That was shit.
Right. We're just being real.
Okay. Yeah. 2 more questions. Aren't you
excited? Jesus, you keep saying this is the longest wind down.
You keep saying.
I'm happy to. Sorry. Okay. Go
ahead. So I was just gonna ask, would you have gotten up for Rosa Parks to quell the situation?
So where am I sitting?
Middle of the bus.
Middle of the bus. Here, you can have my seat, and I would stand.
Yeah.
Wow. And then I would have to suffer the rancor of the other people on the bus?
You don't think better you than her?
If it was not me, yeah. You know, like I'm supporting her from a distance.
So you're not getting up. You're gonna watch this play out.
What is the equivalent of texting at that time? I would have fucking pulled out a newspaper so quickly. I will also say one of my, I don't think this is a dark secret. Any conflict, I shrink. Even if I'm not involved, I'm really like. And that's a bad thing. And I would not have gotten up based on that.
Wow.
Oh, you want me to say? Oh, I would have stood up and I would have dusted off my seat. Right this way, Miss Parks. Come on.
I think you've been asked to make one sacrifice, and it's just to get out.
Who's asking me?
You're sitting there. You're gonna watch Rosa Parks get arrested instead of standing up.
It's me. I've watched many people get arrested without intervening.
Oh, but for the sake of integration, have you ever gone on the record about loving?
And then, so my other question is, wouldn't have this prevented the course of history?
Well, you could have been the world.
Who am I to play God?
You could have been the first ally to the civil rights movement, and you're choosing to instead.
Oh yeah, because we all remember that person.
well, we could have.
It's Rosa Parks, and who else was on that bus?
No one that helped her. That's what I know.
I have had a very long-term crush on Tisha Campbell Martin, and that is my contribution to this society. Okay.
Okay.
That's it.
No, you like it. I love it.
She, by the way, she was 19 years old when she did Little Shop of Horrors.
I know. It's
incredible.
I hate Little Shop of Horrors, but you know what? That's my controversial take. That'll be my deep dark secret.
Wow. I also tried to date. Talk about how old I am. I tried to date, and I would say this is within the past 10 years. Tried to date Audrey. I put out feelers. Yeah.
Wasn't feeling.
I was just told she's not. She's nuts. Don't even.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, we learned a lot here, folks.
Tried my best. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to add before I ask you my final question, and we will leave?
No. What do I possibly have to add? I've been denigrated racially.
Well, it's good. It's your turn.
So I'm taking one and I think more people should come on this program.
Yes, specifically.
Yeah. Yes.
To take their lashings, so we can right the wrongs. Don't make that face. You guys did it. I'm just evening it out.
I thought Vampire in Brooklyn wasn't that bad.
Okay.
Does that count? Does that help at all?
You feel good about how this went from a racial perspective?
Whose?
You think black people are gonna watch this and say, well, there's like 4 black pro wrestling fans, but you think that they're gonna watch this and say, that guy?
I think that the nicest comment that I'm gonna get is, I respect the honesty.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'll title it. RJ City says, hey, and I respect the honesty.
By the way, I had to tell, all this stuff is like cleared with a PR, like the AWPR or whatever. So I had to turn to our PR guy. I was sitting with him in Manchester or something, and he said, oh, by the way, I'm doing the Black Girl Wrestling podcast. And he said, what? I said, I'm doing the Black Girl Wrestling podcast. And he said, I don't understand. I said, there's a black girl. So I'm happy to send this along to him when we're done. It's going to be good.
Oh, he's going to love it.
Yeah, it's going to be great. No, I don't think anyone has any expectations for me.
Me neither. That's good. That's
right.
Why I think it works.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to ask you to shout out some black women in and around wrestling. That's the final prompt.
In and around?
Sure.
Oh, boy. I will say this. Kayla Braxton / Becker.
Yeah.
I don't think, if she did not tolerate me, I don't think I would be where I am now. Because I feel like her liking me was what enabled WWE to hire me. So that was important to me, obviously. It did work out. I'm shouting at, they have to be in and around?
Or just,
I would say Danielle Radford from the Tyson Fights podcast. Mm-hmm. I think she's and I like that whole podcast. But I think she has a right mind in discussing all of this stuff. It was very helpful, and also like involved in comedy and writing and movies and stuff, and that's, I think, helpful to expand the perspective of discussing wrestling. I would also say Oh my God, there was someone and I forgot them now. This looks awful. No, no, I'm gonna. Oh my God. Well, fucking, I think, and I've always thought Sunny Kiss is fantastic.
Oh yeah.
And I would like to see more from Sunny Kiss in whatever form we can get them. Who else? In and around. I keep saying in and around. Samantha Irvin is a pain in the ass. I don't know. She tweets too much. But
unlike
I mean,
you, of course.
I
said, unlike you, of course.
Right. I think I tweet the right for a white guy. I think I tweet the right amount.
Sure.
Wouldn't you say so? Bret Hart's girlfriend.
Okay.
Seems like a very nice gal.
All right.
That's pretty good.
You don't even know her name?
No. Why would I know? It's not my personal. I don't want to delve into personal business.
How it works.
I don't want to delve like that. I think Trisha Dora has a wonderful story that should be told. She's a very interesting person. In and around. I don't know how many we were expecting.
You broke the record. You broke the record.
Really?
So yeah.
I think I did pick in and around.
Yeah, no, honestly, I'm satisfied with those answers, except Bret Hart's girlfriend. That's where I draw the line. And this is the part where you can compliment me or plug your stuff if you'd like.
I don't know what you envisioned out of this.
This has gone exactly the way I've envisioned, actually.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good for you. You have a realistic scope of. I hope I've added depth to myself where people go, well, he's not a good person, but he's real. I like when people say, oh, he's real. Whatever the fuck that means. He doesn't pull any punches. You know what I mean?
I feel like you hit me square in the face.
Can you come? Are you going to come to any AEW shows soon?
Oh, no, I'm not really a fan of AEW.
I get it.
I don't know. I was supposed to go to World's End. You want the honest to God truth? I forgot. I live in India.
Why am I talking to you? Why do I have to feel like an asshole for an hour and 22 minutes?
I literally I had a ticket and I straight up forgot. So that was the only one I was counting on. So now, nope, none in the near future.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. Can we at least get you on? I think I like Lyric.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah.
I'm cutting this out though, so she doesn't get a big. Yeah.
Well, I can't say I like her. I enjoy her ability to explain her opinions.
I agree.
I don't have to agree with people's shit.
That's true.
Right? You don't have to like people. Liking people is not. No. So my question is, you should come to a show, a pay-per-view, and then you should sit in the scrum, and you should ask some hard-hitting questions. We're too easy on everybody.
See, that I fully agree with. People come in there and they're like, "Oh, do you think you did a good job?" Well, come on. I agree. You know what's funny? We will end this soon. Because that was my last question. I was gonna say the reason that I brought up Ospreay is because I had a media pass one time. I went to one show, like literally once in 2024. What is it? St. Louis, whatever that show was. Dynasty. Loved it. But I had media and I got to ask him a question and I was like, what do you think about this match against Danielson in the context of all your other ones? And he was like, I think it's my best one ever. And I can never take a man's opinion at face value. So I went home and I was like, oh, I'm just going to watch all his 5-star matches and then see like where it ranks among those. And then I was like, but then again, I don't know Dave Meltzer and he don't know me. So I was like, go ahead and watch all of Will Ospreay's matches ever. And then I'll tell him whether or not this was actually his best one. So I spent the past 2 years watching every single match he's ever had. And he was wrong. And so that's the only reason that I wanted him on this show. But I say that to say I had one press pass one time and it ruined my life for 2 years. So I don't know if I'm built for this, Your Honor. I think
I understand.
I kind of like just the trolling aspect.
Yes. Yeah. Speaking of trolling, I thought of I thought of a black community I can hate on, if that's okay.
I didn't ask you to do that.
I would, but I would like to. If I now that I have the forum,
Please, yeah.
Those kids from the wrestling club.
Oh, of course.
They can't keep getting that excited when people walk into their classroom. There's got to be somebody. There's got to be some mid-carder where they'd be like, yeah, all right. We got to send them the Outrunners and see how they react.
Yeah. You know, I don't disagree with that. I actually think that I'm gonna tell Victor we should pay them to boo somebody. Like,
please, me. I want to walk in to silence.
They're like, oh, brother, this guy stinks.
What is this? What is this lesbian art teacher doing here?
Okay. Well, that's. I don't think I can do anymore. So
good.
I appreciate you and your time today. Anything that you want to add before we log off?
I don't want you to edit a single second of this, and I want to face the consequences like a man whose opinion you don't take at face value.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
That's ideal. Well, y'all, thanks for watching this episode of Black Girl Wrestling. Please come back. I don't know when I'll be back, but it will be eventually. And Happy New Year.